What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be finally fixing the Subaru, this broken piece of junk behind me here. The fuel pump went out, not entirely, but it's been cutting out really bad, and I thought it was a boost leak at first because I'll play that video right now. Yeah, so that right there is what's been happening with the car. And I haven't been driving it because it's also been leaning out really bad. My AFRs have been reading like 17.9, which is no bueno. So today I'm going to be showing you how to install a fuel pump on basically any GD WRX, STI, Impreza, whatever. I got the AEM one off of Cobb's website, and basically this comes in a box like this. I can open this up here. It comes with, to hold this here, comes with the fuel filter, which goes on there, and then it also comes, obviously, with the fuel pump. I'm on E85, so I got a little bit bigger one. This is an AEM Electronics, 340 liters per hour. So it comes with that, and then it comes with the electrical connections, and then it comes with a couple little other things here that we can use. So yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so first things first is taking out the back seats. And on these cars, it is literally the easiest thing in the entire world to take out these back seats. There are two 14mm bolts. There's one right here on the front, and then there's also one on the other side there. And then there are 4 along the back side there. So I'll catch up with you in a minute. Alright, so correction, they are actually 12mm bolts, but after you get the 2 of those out, you can basically just pull up here and flip on the other side, and just slides right out. Just throw that to the side. And now there's one here, one on the other side just like it, and then there's these 2 in the middle right here. These 2. Okay, after you get the 4 of those out, this just slides up. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this with one hand, but it just slides up, and the middle seat belt here, you'll have to pull around the seat and get that off of there. And then it slides out just like the other one. Okay, and then there's one more thing you have to take out, and that's this behind here, because the fuel pump is right under this panel here. We'll take that out after we get that panel off. Everything about this back seat's super easy to get off. This panel here, there's just 2 on bottom right here and 2 on top. Just take that panel, set it aside there. And then there are 4 screws, 1 at each corner for this little panel here. I went ahead and already took that off. That's easy enough. And then there are 4 things that you have to get off here. There's this 1 electrical connection, and then there's the 3 lines here. These orange clips are probably the most annoying part about this entire process, but you just squeeze those together and wiggle it off, and basically the nicer you are with it, the easier it's gonna come off. Okay, these clips are actually way easier than I thought. The first one came right off. Like I said, it's just being as gentle as you can. The second one was kind of fighting me, so if you just grab some vice grips and hold the clamp shut, or hold the clip shut, and then just grab some pliers or whatever and wiggle the connection off, it should come right off. There we go. Okay, so I got all the connections off, the electrical connection and the 3 lines, and now there is 8mm bolts that you take off here, and then you'll have access to the fuel pump. Alrighty guys, so I got all the lines disconnected. I got those 8mm bolts out and the 1 electrical connector. Keep in mind again, when you're doing those annoying orange connectors, the little clips that hold the return and the feed lines in, the lighter you are with them, the easier they come out. Just get some vice grips, hold the clip together, and then just gently finagle the line off, and that tends to work, I guess. After you get to this step, it's just a lot of finagling and finessing. You kind of got to rotate it, you got to pull up, you got to, I mean, there's a bunch of different ways you can go about it. Don't be too rough with it, but just turn it. And also keep in mind to have a rag ready because there's obviously going to be fuel. So I will catch up with you when I get this out. Okay, so I should mention this right away. I'm holding the fuel pump with my left hand here and the camera with my right, so I can't point to it. But that little floater right there, be extremely careful with that because that's what measures how much fuel you have in your tank and sends it to the dash. So it's just held on by that little tiny rod, and you can bend that very easily in the little sensor that connects to it, so be careful with that. The filter is attached to the bottom here. Just have a rag ready, and yeah, you can go ahead and pull this out. It didn't take as much finagling as I thought. Just make sure you're not too rough with it. You can see how it needs to come out, and then after you get it out, then we'll get to the fuel pump. Now I wish I had a better place to lay this down and show you guys, but you can see here all the parts. You just take what comes out of the box and lay them out. There's the fuel filter that goes down there. There's electrical connections that plug in up here. And then there's the pump, which is a little bit bigger than the one I already had, so that's nice. And then it comes with this, which you will have to cut, but it just gives you an extra amount so you can cut it. And that goes right there. If you just lay all the pieces out, it's pretty easy to see where it goes, and then just piece it all together. Be careful taking stuff off, and we'll go from there. Okay guys, so one thing I should mention, when you are putting this whole assembly together here of the new pump, there is, when you're doing the fuel filter, there's this little star pattern type deal on the bottom of here that holds this on and makes sure that the fuel filter isn't coming off. So AEM or Cobb, they send you one that you need to put on when you put on the fuel filter. Don't forget that. You can do it with, I just used some needle nose pliers and pushed it on there. It's fairly easy, but it's an important step, so don't forget that. Alrighty guys, so I got the whole assembly put back together. Basically all that's left to do now is just drop it back in the tank, follow the steps that we just did to take it out in reverse order, and we should be good to go. Alrighty guys, so that is pretty much all she wrote. Just torque those 8 down, connect all the connectors back. I wouldn't put everything back together yet just in case you might have did something wrong. Put the cover back on and go ahead and start your car and make sure everything's good. Then put your back seat back in. That's really all it takes. I'm gonna go ahead and start it up, make sure everything's good to go, and that'll be the end of this video. Alrighty guys, just got back from the test drive after installing the fuel pump. It was a super easy install. The only things that kind of set me back, those orange clips, they're pretty easy after you figure out that it's not about being aggressive with them. Just be really gentle on them, squeeze the orange clip and just wiggle the cables off, and that's about the only thing that held me back. Don't forget that little star clip on the bottom of the fuel filter when you put that on. The car is still kind of leaning out, which isn't good, but I'm pretty sure that's my injectors. It's not doing that annoying fuel cut issue anymore where it just aggressively cuts in and out, and that wasn't good for the car at all. I'm gonna probably order some new injectors, and I'm gonna need to retune after that, but I mean, everything was pretty easy. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out, stay classy.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me.